G'day guys, my name's Zinc and welcome to my Survival Minecraft Let's Play series. A lot has changed this time. I know I said that last time, but a lot has changed this time too. I've done a lot of work on the paths and things and leading up to the village trading hall that I've got up there. I'll just go over a couple of things. Number one, this compact little house that I built that I was so proud of, I'm kind of over it. It's just the fact of having to get down into it like this every single time, do your work in such a cramped little space. You've got a tiny little bit of storage there. I've decided with the house it's going to stay in place unless something happens to the house, so it'll stay as my opening base, but if something were to happen to it, then yeah, we can build a new house and go from there. You'll notice I've got beds out and I've got beds with me and things. I'm not sleeping in here, I'm not even going in here anymore. Anyway, on with the series. So what we've done this week, the main thing being the villager trading hall. I've also done some work in the nether, but I've done some work on the paths. So this is primarily due to getting the enchants. So having silk touch has allowed me to pick up items that you can't normally pick up, and that allows you to build in a much better way, or allows me to build in a much better way. Little things like little stones and things around. I've built some custom trees. I've tried to make the paths look more natural. I still want to get my hands on some podzol. I think that'll help with some of the blending and the look of the pathways, but I'm quite happy with the way that they look at the moment. It feels very organic and very real. I've added an extra little pond here. The nether portal now has this black stone thing. The idea behind this, I want it to feel like it's the nether portal has damaged the ground and is sort of spreading out. Let's say like like Tony Stark's face in Endgame after he uses the Infinity Stones. What a great analogy that is. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it. That's roughly what his face looks like. Anyway, so so yeah, I've gone around and done all the pathways and things around here. Ignore that guy, we'll talk about him in a minute, but the pathways here leading up to the hall. Now this, I'm extremely proud of this. This is a really nice build, I think. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I really like the way this came out. What I did, I took a photo of a large log cabin off the internet, just looked up one, and I have just tried to copy it as best I can. Try not to use other people's builds if I can help it. But yeah, I'd prefer to go through and do things off something real if I can. You can see I've done all some texturing on the sides and things. There are windows up the top there. Not overly happy with the roof, but it will stay at the moment the way it is. If we go up inside, I can show you what I've done. So I'm not great at interior design, but I'm working on it and it's something I'm trying to improve on. You can see that the roofs have supports here. The lighting I've gone with, so most of these lights up here with the lanterns are just for show. The light that's in this area comes from underneath the carpets. I've done the old trick of putting lanterns underneath. For those that aren't aware, if you put a piece of carpet over the top of a light source, be it a torch or a lantern or a frog light, whatever it is, it still emits the same amount of light as if the carpet wasn't there, so the carpet isn't seen by light. So you can get these great effects of having it hidden underneath. The only downside, number one, is that as you're stepping around, you'll hear the sound of the item underneath. So if I take a walk down here, you very faintly hear the lantern as I tread on it. Actually, you can't there. There it is, right there. which is no big deal. With the frog lights, it's a bit of a squelchy sort of noise. I will replace these lands with frog lights when I get them, when I've set up that farm. Yeah, everything else in here I'm very happy with. I moved the enchanting table from outside over there, as you saw, to here. Not a lot of point in having the enchanting table out there anymore. And I mean, it's not a lot of point in the enchanting table when you've got this setup that I've got anyway, other than to try and get an initial enchant on an item. So if you were doing a sword, you might try and get, say, sharpness 5 on a sword, and then you can build your enchants on top of that. Just reduces the XP cost in enchanting in this way. So what I've done here, I've brought in villagers, a lot of villagers, as you can see. They're in 2 levels up here. Oh, look, the tracks are still here, so I brought them in from over there, just a single block, send them through. They smack their head as they go through and make a horrible ouch noise, and brought them in on the tracks and into each of their spots. Also went upstairs with them and around and filled up the top layer as well. So what I do here when I do this, I do this on almost every world I'm in. I don't think I've done it to quite this sort of level of beauty or quite this level of setup. So what I do is I bring them in and I put each one of the villagers into a place with no job. And then I block them in by putting a piece of stone underneath the block here, which blocks them in place. They're already in place by the fences on the side. And then you drop a lectern and then check what enchant they've got. So this particular one here, he's got Silk Touch. I'll stop doing that with the sword. So that probably took, I don't know, 5 or 6 goes to get Silk Touch. And then all you do is trade with them, and then they're locked into that trade. So providing he doesn't die, he'll hold that enchant forever. So I've gone through, I've got all of the major ones. I've got Silk Touch, Aqua Affinity, Flame, Infinity, Luck of the Sea, Looting 3, Fortune 3, Mending, Protection 4, Knockback 2, like all of the ones that you would normally use in your gear. I've got all of the enchants that I would use except one. So the first couple you get are very easy because anything of any quality, you just keep it. As you get around and start filling up with all the ones you've already got, and you're getting duplicates and things and changing them, it gets harder and harder to get the ones you want. I know that, for instance, Thorns 3, which I know a lot of people don't use, but I do like using Thorns. That one took me a real long time to get. I actually skipped him and went on to some of these others because I was doing multiples at once. And he took quite a while. This guy up the top here, this little guy here, so he needs to have Impaling 5 for when I get a trident. I don't have one at the moment, so it's not really an issue for me. But I have changed that lectern maybe 300 times and had no luck at the moment. He's got Lure 3. I haven't traded with him, so he's fine. But I'm not going to bother with it until I get a trident or until it becomes important to me or I'll get bored or something. Everyone else has something valid. The other guys that are up here mainly are for trades for emeralds. So you'll see these guys, for instance, this gives you a stone trade of 20 or 16 andesite for an emerald. And that's really easy to get your hands on, particularly once you've got Silk Touch. You can then stack up those emeralds and do all the trading, and then you can go down and get your enchants. These guys are good because they give you the rotten flesh, which when you have a zombie XP farm like I did on the bottom, you get a ton of that just goes to waste if you're not using it here. Also, you'll be able to use the brewing stands and get some other trades and things like gold ingots and things like that later on. These guys here we're using for coal and for iron, now that I've got an iron farm up and running, again, which I'll show you soon. These guys are essential. If you're going to do anything like this, get Fletchers. It's the most important thing because it sticks. A stick trade, 32 sticks for an emerald, and sticks grow on trees. You can just cut down trees, make tons of sticks, and then go along and do all your trades and get hundreds and hundreds of emeralds to trade with. You do need XP levels, so don't forget that if you're doing it, that you will need those XP levels to put those trades on. Around here, I've just got some basic things. I've got some barrels here that have my lapis in them, and the obvious things, a grinder and an anvil there for adding enchants and removing enchants. Here I've got the spare emeralds and books that I have left over from what I did. In here we've got some of the additional enchants that I got. So yeah, that's the basics of this. As I said, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've textured as much as I can. I try to go into layers when I'm building. It doesn't necessarily have to make perfect sense. This doesn't look like anything in the real world, but it gives it a little bit of a 3D sort of appearance rather than being just a flat wall like this is. It just has something to it that makes it feel a bit better. On the sides here, you can see just gone with some additional things that make it look a bit more textured, a little bit more real. So that's great. I have also built a iron farm over here. Now this, as I said, this is a game changer. This iron farm is amazing. The guy who made this originally, his name is IanXO4. I'll leave a link to his video in down the bottom in the comment section or just below, so you can see how to do this. I have installed FreeCam, so I'll just switch to that so you can have a look. The inside of my head, that's scary. So FreeCam just allows you to move around and view things without moving your character. It's kind of handy when you're building to make sure things are working properly. So all this is using here. We've got 3 villages on beds down here that are held back by these slabs and things. They're scared by the zombie who's in the boat. They attempt to sleep. They spawn an iron golem. I have forgotten to put torches down here, so I'll do that in a second. So some of the golems are spawning in there. Actually, we'll fix that now, straight away. And I've also forgotten to put them down there. I've only just finished this, so I've actually done this video 3 times. And unfortunately I had some problems with my editing software. If you just lay torches down on these, then the golems won't spawn here. Have I got a block? No, I haven't. That's okay. I'll just get out here. Now I have got a block. There we go. Put a torch down there and close that up. And same on this side over here. I'll just torch up these stairs. So realistically, I haven't had this iron farm going at all other than for the start of this video. I just finished doing a video. I made it on video so you guys could see it, and it got ruined. And I've already got over a stack. This farm produces around about 300 iron an hour, which is amazing. That's the levels of any of the other ones. When I was building it, I was mentioning, so I've always used Wattles, does a great video. If you want to build his, it's fantastic. I'm not going to leave a link to his. He got some help from the SciCraft guys, and he has this fantastic design. Unfortunately for his, you've got to build it above the ground, and you've got to walk a zombie upstairs and have him following you, or put him in a minecart, slip him upstairs, put him in water. It requires, I think, 16 hoppers and things. This uses one hopper one hopper. The most difficult thing to get out of this whole farm for me was a bucket of lava. And if you think of how easy it is to get a bucket of lava, that tells you how easy this is. So be sure to check out his video, take a look at his tutorial. It's really thorough and fantastic. And as I say, that's a game changer. So let's have a look in the Nether. I'll show you what I've done here. So I've set up we've moved the portal. So the portal that was up the top, I managed to link down the bottom. So we're now down underneath where we were before. So where we started was way up there, and I've just dug my way down here, down across and down onto here, built the portal here. It took a long time to get down here. I nearly fell off about 5 times coming around here. But so down here I've got a few things. I've got, number one is I've got over this way I managed to get to a regular, I think, is it called a netherite biome? Just a standard nether biome, which gave me some soul sand, which made me fix the XP farm. It's quite a ways down there. I managed to get some XP from some of the quartz, like I mentioned last time as well. I also found one netherite ingot, so that's great. I'm on my way to be able to use netherite gear. In this direction over here, I've built myself a little Enderman XP farm. Hello, cat. Sure, he's enjoying it in here. There are magma cubes around. They're not a concern now that we've got a good sword and some good armor and things like that. Around this area there are some blazes that spawn that will help when I'm getting my Eyes of Ender together to go to the end. That'll be one of the things that I want to tackle very soon. I need flying and I need shulker boxes. You can see there are blazes up here. There was one just went past up there. There's a couple of spawners up here, so I'll use those to get that going. Over here I've got, this is where I put my Enderman farm. So all you need to do is get to a warped forest biome. So that's the turquoise sort of colour. And over here Enderman spawn regularly. Right? And all I've done here is at two blocks high on the lower side, I've put this little platform here. This is just so I can stand underneath and attack the Enderman. I'll just quickly show you. So if we grab this Enderman here and we look him in the face, so he's now very angry at me. I don't know if you knew this, but if you continue to look... Oh, I didn't anticipate that. I might just... there we go. I'll have to tackle that Enderman first, or he's going to hurt me. So, get this guy done. He's off the edge. Well, that was unexpected. Forgot all about ghasts. That's good. I don't think I can reach him from there. Anyway, he's probably not too much of a concern. Oh, yes, I can. There we go. So, yeah, as I was saying, all you got to do is hold the gaze of an Enderman, and he can't move. I can sit here and hold him here for the next 4 hours if I want to. As soon as I look away from there, he's going to come at me. Right? So then I can hit him away. I'll try and move him over this side because they fall off the edge over there. So again, look him in the eyes, he's not moving, he can't move. So just stay there. That's a good little trick if you're caught by one, if you accidentally look at one, just keep looking at him until you work out what you're going to do. And then look away and he'll come in. So this is just where I'm farming my ender pearls. You can, because of this biome being what it is and the fact that they spawn everywhere, you can just look around, find one, like say that guy up there, look him in the eyes, come down here, and he'll come to me, And I knocked him off the edge again. I need to fix that, make it a little bit further, or give myself walls that are a little bit bigger. I can come over this side. There he goes. He's teleported to me. And yeah, and then we can tackle him. Don't get too close to the edge because then they can attack you. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. I did get asked during the week too. I'll just show you this. Why do I crouch when I go up to the edge? It's not because I'm scared of falling over. When you crouch, you can't fall over. So if you look at this, I can walk around, I can walk right up to the edge and be pushing right off the edge there. I can't fall off. It'd be funny if it proved me wrong, wouldn't it? It makes you as nervous as that makes me. So that's just a little trick that you can do. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so if you crouch when you're here, just crouch as you come up to the edge, you won't fall off. So while you're building and things like that, when you're going in reverse, just crouch as you do it and you won't fall off and everything's good. You can see again, so I can look that guy in the eye from all the way over here. If he turns around, he'll get angry and he should pop up here. Maybe. Yeah, prove me wrong. Anyway, trust me, that works. So, that is that little ender farm. There's one teleporting behind me. I wonder if yes, he is. He's aggroed to me. So we'll just get down here and get in a safe spot. Look at this. Oh dear. Alright, well, we fixed the Enderman problem. Now we've got a skeleton and a blaze problem. I did manage to get a withered skull too, which was pretty lucky. We've got blazes everywhere. This is going to be a little bit interesting. So, well, eat up, and we will just make sure we've got our shield nice and handy. And we'll rush in. I'm more worried about that Enderman than anything. He's the guy who's gonna. There we go. Okay. Okay. Did we get? No. All right. So it was I don't panic at all when I'm under pressure and having difficulty dealing with things. I'm tired. This is, yeah, as I said, the second or third time that I've done this. I think third time I've recorded this. So anyway, that's what's over there. We've fixed the problem with the nether portal. That's great. Upstairs, I'm very happy with the iron farm. I'm more than happy with the build I've done. And yeah, so I'll keep this very short. This is just as I say, unfortunately, because I lost the other recording, it won't be as because I wanted it to be. What else did I do? Oh, I did a trip up over that way and found myself some bamboo, so I'll have scaffolding that I can do some building and things with. And next episode I'll do some building on screen so you can see how I do this sort of thing. And hopefully that'll be of interest to some of you. Yeah, thanks everyone for the support. It's been really good so far. I know I don't have a lot of followers or subscribers, but I'm really enjoying this, and it's yeah, that's a good thing. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week on the next exciting episode of my Let's Play. See you later, guys. Bye.